Growing up, I was lucky enough to have two father figures in my life. My real dad, well, he was a brilliant man, a highly educated man. He believed in working hard, getting a good education, and landing a secure job. He taught me the importance of knowledge and a strong work ethic. But then there was my rich dad, my best friend's father. He didn't have a fancy degree, but he had a different kind of smart street smarts. He understood the world of money in a way my real dad didn't. He taught me about assets and liabilities, about making money work for you, not the other way around. See, my poor dad believed in working for money. He thought a good job with a steady paycheck was the key to a good life. But my rich dad, he saw money as a tool, something you use to build wealth and create freedom. He didn't believe in being limited by a paycheck. He believed in owning your own destiny. These two contrasting philosophies, these two different perspectives on money shaped my entire life and led me to write. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the 6 most important lessons I learned from my rich dad. Lessons that can help you break free from the rat race, build real wealth, and achieve financial freedom. We're going to talk about why the rich don't work for money, why financial literacy is crucial, and how to build a life where money works for you, not against you. Are you ready? Let's get started. Now, let's talk about the fundamental difference in mindset between the rich, the poor, and the middle class. You see, my poor dad always said, go to school, get good grades, and find a safe, secure job. That's the traditional path, right? Work for someone else, trade your time for money, and hope for a raise every now and then. It's the path of security, but it's also the path to staying stuck. The rich, on the other hand, they don't work for money. They have their money work for them. They understand that true wealth isn't about how much you earn. It's about how hard your money works for you. Instead of trading time for dollars, they build businesses, invest in assets that generate passive income, and create systems that make money even while they sleep. Think about it. When you work for someone else, you're always trading your most valuable asset, your time, for a limited return. You're on someone else's clock, limited by their rules and their ceiling for success. But when you have money working for you, you break free from those limitations. Your money generates more money, and that money works 24/7, even when you're asleep on vacation or spending time with your family. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard. I'm saying you should work smart. Work hard to build assets, to create businesses, to invest in things that will generate income without you having to trade your time for it. That's how the rich get ahead. They build systems that work for them, systems that generate wealth, even when they're not actively working. Remember, the goal isn't to work yourself to death. It's to create a life of freedom and abundance, a life where you have the time and resources to pursue your passions, spend time with loved ones, and make a real difference in the world. And that, my friends, is the power of having your money work for you. Don't fall into the trap of thinking a job is the answer. A job might be a stepping stone, a way to generate income while you build your asset column. But it shouldn't be the end goal. The end goal is financial freedom, and that comes from owning assets that generate income, not from trading your time for a paycheck. So start thinking like the rich. Start thinking about how you can put your money to work for you. It might seem daunting at first, but trust me, it's the most liberating and rewarding journey you'll ever embark on. Remember, the path to financial freedom starts with a shift in mindset. Stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like an investor. Start thinking like the rich. Now, let's talk about financial literacy, because this is where the rubber really meets the road. You see, it doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't know how to manage it. My poor dad always used to say, save your money. And while saving is important, it's not enough. You see, in today's world, with inflation eating away at your savings, you need your money to grow faster than the rate of inflation. That's where financial literacy comes in. You need to understand the difference between an asset and a liability. This is crucial, folks. An asset puts money in your pocket while a liability takes money out. It's that simple. Now, most people think a house is an asset, but is it really? Sure, it's a roof over your head, but it's also a money pit. You've got your mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, maintenance costs. The list goes on and on. Every month that house is taking money out of your pocket. Now, a rental property, that's an asset. Why? Because it generates positive cash flow. Every month your tenants are paying you rent, covering your expenses and putting money in your pocket. That's the difference between an asset and a liability. Financial literacy is about understanding these fundamental concepts. It's about knowing how to read a financial statement, how to evaluate an investment, how to make your money work for you instead of against you. It's about taking control of your financial future and building a life of abundance. Unfortunately, our education system doesn't prioritize financial literacy. They teach you how to be a good employee, but they don't teach you how to be financially free. That's why it's so important to take control of your own financial education. Read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, do whatever it takes to become financially literate. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the world of finance, knowledge can mean the difference between struggling your whole life and achieving true financial freedom. Don't let anyone tell you that money is complicated or that it's not your thing. Financial literacy is for everyone, and the sooner you embrace it, the sooner you can start building a brighter financial future for yourself and your loved ones. Now let's talk about the importance of minding your own business. Now, when I say mind your own business, I'm not talking about being rude or ignoring your responsibilities. I'm talking about building your own asset column, about creating multiple streams of income that don't rely on a single job. See, most people are so focused on their job, on climbing the corporate ladder, that they forget about building their own dreams. They spend their lives working for someone else's dream, making someone else rich, while their own financial goals gather dust. That's why it's crucial to develop an entrepreneurial mindset. You don't have to quit your job tomorrow, but you do need to start thinking about ways to generate income outside of your 9 to 5. Start a side hustle, invest in real estate, build an online business, whatever it is, find something that excites you and start building it on the side. The beauty of today's world is that there are endless opportunities to create your own business. The internet has leveled the playing field, giving everyone access to a global marketplace. You can start small, work on your business in your spare time, and gradually scale it up as you gain experience and generate more income. The key is to take action. Don't wait for the perfect time or the perfect idea. Just start. The more you learn, the more you grow, the more opportunities will present themselves. Remember, the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all. Now, I understand that starting a business can be scary. It takes guts, it takes determination, and it takes a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. But trust me, the rewards are well worth the effort. When you build your own business, you're not just building a company, you're building your own financial future. You're creating a legacy for yourself and your family. So start small, dream big, and never stop learning. The world is full of opportunities for those who are willing to seize them. So go out there and build something amazing. Mind your own business, build your asset column, and create the life of your dreams. Now let's talk about a subject that most people find about as appealing as a root canal taxes. I know, it's not the most exciting topic, but it's crucial to understand how the tax system works, especially if you want to build wealth. You see, the rich, they don't just understand money, they understand how to legally keep more of it. And that's where knowledge of taxes comes in. Now, here's the thing. The tax code wasn't created to punish success, but it certainly wasn't created to make everyone equal either. It was created to benefit those who understand it, those who know how to use it to their advantage. Corporations, for example, they understand this game better than anyone. They hire legions of lawyers and accountants to find every loophole, every deduction, every legal way to minimize their tax burden. And you know what? More power to them. They're playing the game by the rules, even if those rules are complex and often seem rigged in their favor. The problem is most employees are stuck in a system where they pay the highest percentage of taxes. They work hard, earn a paycheck, and then a big chunk of that paycheck goes straight to the government. And because they're not educated about the tax code, they miss out on potential deductions, credits, and strategies that could save them thousands of dollars every year. Now, I'm not suggesting you do anything illegal. What I am suggesting is that you educate yourself, learn about the tax code, understand how it works, and find legal ways to reduce your tax burden. Hire a good accountant, attend seminars, read books, do whatever it takes to become tax savvy. Remember, knowledge is power, and when it comes to taxes, knowledge can put more money back in your pocket where it belongs. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to challenge the status quo, and to find ways to legally keep more of your hard-earned money. The rich understand this game, and it's time for everyone else to start playing smarter. Don't be a victim of a system you don't understand. Take control of your financial future, educate yourself about taxes, and start keeping more of what you earn. Now, let's talk about a concept that truly separates the rich from the rest. The ability to invent money. Now, I'm not talking about printing your own bills in the basement. That's illegal and you'll get in big trouble. I'm talking about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles, about creating solutions where others only see problems. You see, the world is constantly changing. New technologies emerge, markets shift, and opportunities arise and disappear at a dizzying pace. The rich, they understand this. They're not afraid of change. They embrace it. They're constantly learning, adapting, and looking for new ways to create value and generate wealth. They don't wait for someone to hand them a paycheck or tell them what to do. They see a need in the marketplace and they fill it. They create products, services, and solutions that solve problems and make people's lives better. They understand that money is a form of energy, a reflection of value created, and they're not afraid to get their hands dirty, to take risks, and to put in the hard work required to bring their ideas to life. Now, inventing money isn't always easy. It takes creativity, it takes persistence, and it takes a willingness to fail, to learn from your mistakes, and to get back up stronger than before. But the rewards, the sense of accomplishment, the freedom that comes from building something from the ground up, it's truly priceless. So start paying attention to the world around you. What problems do you see? What solutions can you create? What opportunities are others missing? Don't be afraid to think outside the box, to challenge the status quo, and to come up with innovative ideas. Remember, the world rewards those who create value. So go out there, invent something amazing, and watch as the money follows. Now, for our final lesson, let's talk about the importance of working to learn, not just working for money. You see, in today's rapidly changing world, job security is an illusion. Companies come and go, industries evolve, and the skills that are in demand today might be obsolete tomorrow. That's why it's crucial to adopt a mindset of continuous learning. Don't just focus on getting a job, focus on developing valuable skills that will serve you throughout your life. Become a lifelong learner, constantly seeking out new knowledge, expanding your skill set, and adapting to the ever-changing demands of the marketplace. Now, when I say work to learn, I'm not just talking about formal education. While a good education is important, it's not the only path to success. In fact, some of the most successful people I know are college dropouts. They understood that the real world is a far better teacher than any classroom. So how do you work to learn? Well, you can start by taking on new challenges, even if they scare you a little. Volunteer for projects outside of your comfort zone. Take on side hustles that force you to develop new skills and never stop asking questions. Read books, attend seminars, listen to podcasts, surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, and never be afraid to admit what you don't know. Remember, the more you learn, the more valuable you become. The more skills you acquire, the more opportunities will open up to you, and the more adaptable you are, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life. So don't just work for a paycheck, work to learn, work to grow, work to become the best version of yourself. The world needs your unique talents, your creativity, your passion. Go out there, embrace the journey of lifelong learning, and make your mark on the world. Remember, wealth isn't just about money. It's about having the time and freedom to live life on your own terms. It's about spending precious time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, and making a real difference in the world. And that, my friends, is priceless. Stop saying I can't afford it. Start asking, how can I afford it? That simple shift in mindset, from a position of scarcity to a position of possibility, can be life-changing. It opens your mind to creative solutions, to opportunities you might have otherwise missed. As I always say, poor dad said, I can't afford it. Rich dad asked, how can I afford it? That question changed my life. It can change yours too. Go out there, embrace the principles we've discussed, and start building the life of your dreams.